The ship woke slowly, as if it did not want to remember why it existed. Lights crawled along the walls like nervous insects. Daniel opened his eyes to silence that felt too heavy. The engines were alive but restrained. The navigation screen showed nothing but a field of black that swallowed distance and time. He tried to speak, and his voice came back thin. Crew status returned one by one. 7 names. 7 green lights. No destination. No record of launch. Only a message blinking at the center of the console. Do not look outside. They laughed at first because fear always arrives disguised as humor. Someone said it was a joke left by Mission Control. Someone else said it was a corrupted file. Daniel reached for the external cameras, and the system resisted him, like a hand on his wrist. He overrode it, and the screen filled with stars that did not behave like stars. They drifted closer then farther as if breathing. A sound moved through the hull. Not an impact. Not vibration. It felt like pressure that learned the shape of the ship. The warning message vanished, and another replaced it. They see you now. The ship jumped without acceleration. Space folded and unfolded, and the stars became a smooth dark surface like glass. A structure rose from it. Not metal. Not stone. It looked grown rather than built. Veins of pale light pulsed across it in patterns that hurt to follow. The ship stopped because it was allowed to stop. A voice entered the cabin without sound. It did not use words. It used certainty. You are observed. You are preserved. You are late. One crew member screamed, and then fell silent, as if the scream had been taken from him. His light went dark. The others tried to move, but the floor softened and held their feet. Daniel felt memories slipping. His childhood. His first flight. The face of his mother blurred like ink in water. Images poured into his mind. Countless ships. Countless species. All watched. All measured. The observers were ancient. They did not conquer. They archived. When a species reached far enough into the dark, it was paused like a page marked by a finger. Why? Daniel pushed the thought outward. Because endings are rare. Because beginnings repeat. Because you burn fast. Another light went dark. The ship shrank. Or the space around it grew. The structure opened like an eye, and inside it was not empty. Inside it were faces layered upon faces. Not mouths. Not eyes. Patterns that suggested attention. Daniel understood then. Earth was not threatened. It was curated. The aliens were not invaders. They were librarians of extinction. They saved what they could by stopping time at the edge of expansion. A final message appeared. One may return. One may warn. The rest will remain. The crew looked at Daniel. Not because he was brave. Because he remembered more than the others. He did not know why. Perhaps the observers chose him. Perhaps he chose himself. The ship tore free, and space snapped back into stars that obeyed distance again. Earth filled the screen blue and alive. Alarms rang as gravity returned with a familiar cruelty. Daniel landed to applause and questions and cameras. He spoke the truth in rooms that did not want it. He told them about the observers and the pause and the choice. They smiled and nodded and filed reports. That night the sky looked closer. Messages spread of strange lights and lost probes and missions delayed. A new directive circulated quietly. Do not look outside. Daniel lay awake, knowing the watchers were patient. Knowing humanity would reach again. Knowing the page would be marked. Above the planet something vast adjusted its focus and waited.